You ever have like one of those days where nothing seems to go right? Your thoughts are going all over the place. You feel like you're not doing enough. You feel like you should be doing more. You feel like you should be a lot further ahead. That's what today feels like. Brain has just been scattered. So I decided to come for a run and see what this will provide me. Not really looking for answers, just looking to let the things that don't need to be there subside and make room for the stuff that's supposed to be. So yeah, movement therapy at its finest. So let's see what happens. Thoughts as I'm running. Sometimes I think we, and I mean me too, we could be so focused on the bigger goal, bigger picture, the highest of high, but it kind of can distort us from what's in front of us, what's really important right now. It's great to dream and to have big goals that you want to achieve, but don't let it distract you from what you could do right now. The small, the seemingly insignificant, that over time gets us to where we ultimately want to be. The small things. I grew up an extreme people pleaser, wanting to do things that I thought other people wanted me to do based on how they viewed me. I never grew up with my own sense of identity. This fight, this journey that I've been on for all these years has been about who am I really in here? Not what's being perceived to me out there, but in here. Who am I? What are my heart's desires? People pleasing gets you nowhere. I'm stuck in the same spot, running on a treadmill. Never outside, enjoying the scenery. Oh, okay. Post, 3K, 5K, 3 miler, one of those things. It's 98 degrees outside. It is hot. I can't even talk. It's hot as shit. I don't know what my splits were. I don't even care. If I had to guess, like 740 something. I'll post it. I feel better than I did this morning. Running, man. Running outdoors, ambient music or classical, no lyrics, just does something to my spirit and my soul. All right, let's start our cool down walk. Okay, catch my breath. Growing up a people pleaser, as a defense mechanism, being the youngest of 6 boys, I conditioned myself to believe I had to do and be grandiose to get attention. I had brothers that are funny, super athletic, successful, girls loved them, streets respected them. I just felt like I couldn't find my footing or my place. I don't know if you've ever felt like that, but within my own family, I felt separate. Not that they did anything to make me feel that way. It was just what I perceived myself within that stratosphere. Just being biracial, the only one that looks like me. I'm the only child from my parents. They each were married once before, had kids. And so in my whole entire family, I'm the only one that looks like me, talks like me. It's just beyond being just different, being a child of God. I also looked different being a child of my family. And so I grew up with this idea that I had to be a class clown. I had to be incredible at sports. I had to be loud. I had to be funny. I had to do all these things to check all these boxes just to get acknowledgement in my family or just to separate myself. And that conditioning as a child carried with me all the way through my adulthood, where I'm still, did I say adult? adulthood that I'm still shaking to this point. I don't know if that's always going to be a part of me, but I think one of the things that I've battled with over the last 5 years has been shaking off that old skin of mimicry. You know, I've never shared this before, and this is gonna be the first time I share this. My arm's getting tired. Because I grew up a people pleaser and I grew up wanting to be seen, I also grew up mimicking things and people that I saw. So I became very good at doing impressions. I saw what other people were wearing that was popular and I wanted that. I saw what my brothers were doing and I wanted to do that. I wanted to act, I wanted to be in the streets. I wanted to have the new Jordans and the Jabot outfits and the Guess jeans. Yes, I was born in '87. I know some of you guys have no idea what that is. I wanted to be great at basketball. I wanted to do all these things that I saw people do, to the point where I would mimic people in my class, how they wrote, their handwriting. If it was super neat, I wanted to write like that, so I would mimic it. Drawing, I would mimic my friends that were artists. I would watch how they do it and I would mimic it. That I was always good at drawing pictures that were in front of me, but I couldn't draw anything out of my head because I trained myself to only copy what I saw. And that carried me to my adulthood, where, you know, over the last 5 years when social media really took off for me, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I started mimicking what I saw worked for people, the kind of content, how long it was, the time I posted, the substance that was in it, the font that I used, the words that I said. Even when I went to podcasting, I started seeing what worked for everyone and I would mimic it. And there's a part of that that's great for business. Like people have laid the blueprint and there's no such thing as a new problem, but it does become an issue where you not only mimic the business strategy, but you mimic their voice, their cadence, and how they speak, that you lose your own voice. Now, some of you might be like, Ace, like, what are you talking about? Like, you have millions of followers, you help a lot of people. What are you talking about? It's like, yes, I get it. Like, I have a gift of communication. But even with that being said, there's a lot of what I do that's wrapped in the ideas and words and phrases and thoughts and belief systems of my peers or people that are in my niche or lane. There's a lot of things that I mimic what I see. And because of that, it's taken me a long time to know my own voice and what works for me and how I sound and what's my style and what separates me from the people that I know and people I love, people that I admire. And it's took me a long time to find my thing. And I don't know where you are in your journey. Maybe you haven't figured out. Maybe you're a lot farther ahead than I am and other people. Maybe what I'm saying is not connecting with you. You can leave this video, but if it's connecting with you, one of the awakenings that I had on this run is if you're somebody that has mimicked your life where you feel like you have to have a certain kind of life, that it has to look a certain kind of way because of what you've seen or what looks good because it's an escape from your own reality. I was reminded today that don't overlook the small steps, the small beginnings, the little things, the things that seem insignificant to you but are monumental to people that you don't know or even people that you know. Because one of the things, I feel like I say one of the things a lot, something that I've realized, that I'm realizing, that the things that I mimicked from other people because I wanted what they had, there's a great possibility that those things seem very insignificant to them because they were just being them. And they might have felt that there was nothing special about what they were sharing and what they were doing because it seemed small to them, but it felt big to me or it felt big to you. In the same vein, there are things I do that seem very small and insignificant, like this, or posting, or having a conversation with a friend over coffee or dinner that seems very insignificant to me, but it means the world to them. And there's something or there's some things that you do every single day that seem so small, so insignificant, so just this doesn't make sense or this isn't important, that to someone else that you know or may not know that is watching without telling you means the absolute world and is currently inspiring them to change their life forever. And I think a part of our destiny is found in the small things that we overlook. So yes, it's great to dream big and to have big goals and big aspirations. Like, that stuff is great. I'm not saying stop or abandon that, but what I am saying, while you're dreaming big, don't forget that while your mind and your imagination is somewhere out in the stratosphere of space, you're still walking one step at a time. And it's these one steps at a time that add up to you getting to that space or stratosphere. And also, I will say, in conclusion, your imagination sometimes is a vision that God has given you. I agree. But sometimes it's not our imagination that God is speaking to us. It's our insecurity or, our lack of self-belief that we think we need something like this to make us escape from our current reality, that we think it's our dream. I almost tripped. You didn't see that, but I almost did. But I got game though, so you didn't catch that. That sometimes we think it's a vision, we think it's a dream, but really it's our insecurity speaking that we think this is something that we want to escape currently where we are. So dream big, but step small.